Did you know that President Roosevelt, who was the 26th President of the United States of America, established the National Forest Service and designated more than 230 million acres of land as national parks, forests and monuments? True story. So this was also known as the Maltese Cross, and he had his farmhands build the cabin.
Yeah.
But he put the shape of a Maltese cross apparently on the left side, and he used spent bullets.
Oh, wow.
Bullet shells. Spoke to the ranger, but she said that they've been stolen.
Oh, of course.
But let's take a look inside. So none of this is original to Theodore Roosevelt, apart from, they believe, one of the rocking chairs could possibly be, but they don't know for sure.
All right. And then table back here.
Oh yeah, it's a little kitchen. Now there was, or is, a loft hatch somewhere, and a ladder used to go up to the loft hatch, and it was different in those days because he actually had room for his ranch hands to live upstairs.
Oh, wow. Yeah, and we'll get a kind of a glimpse. I know it's going to be a bit
glary.
But you can see there's no loft hatch anymore. I wonder if this might have been where it was.
So this was his bedroom. Now the only original thing that they know 100% for sure that belonged to Theodore Roosevelt is the travelling trunk. That is his.
Yeah, and with the, there we go. See, with the glare, it's hard to focus in on the, that's pretty neat. Looks like a very comfortable blanket for up here.
They'll need it.
Yeah.
It's bitterly cold. But I think he spent the winters in New York, although it's just as cold in New York.
Yeah.
I don't think that's sort of anyway. Okay.
We found it. Not where we thought it was.
And one of the bullet casings is still there. I don't know if you can hear that. That's there.
Look at that.
Now the others were stolen, and they believe that it was, well, the cabin actually toured America for several years, and it went to the World's Fair.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was the 1903 World's Fair. Anyway, they believe that that's where the bullets were stolen, or the casings were stolen, but nobody really knows for sure.
Then still on the exterior, you can see kind of the chinking here between the wood, and then they got the concrete-like material now, which is probably a little bit more modern. They're obviously keeping it up. Oh no, did you just break that?
No, I was looking at those damned hooligans carving their names in, but I saw this because that, the way the G and the B is, that's really old because of the style of the writing. There's no dates though. So you know we said that there was a loft hatch in the kitchen? Wrong. This is the kitchen door. The hatch is up there. You can see the door up there. So that's how the farmhands used to enter and sleep upstairs, so they didn't actually enter the house, which makes sense thinking about it. So we've come to the first pull-in, and there are prairie dogs. We can hear them, but we can't see them. Now there is a Prairie Dog Town in the northern part of the park, which we will be going to, but there's a few buffalo over there. So let's take a look. There 1, 2, just having a good old munch on the grass. And there's some prairie dogs behind. Oh, there's a third one over in the distance. They're quite cute though. I mean, you can be kind of forgiven to want to give them a cuddle. They do look kind of cuddly.
I think they are a little bit too big to be cuddly to me. And the horns look a little too sharp.
Well, they do horn people quite a lot.
Yeah.
There's prairie dogs on the other side of the road. So this area is called Peaceful Valley. Halfway Well Paddock Creek Trailhead. So lots and lots of trails to do. Don't fancy doing too many today, seeing as it's over 90 degrees.
Yeah, it's warm today. All right, if you ever wondered what the prairie dog habitat looks like, there you go. So they're kind of like miners, building a horizontal shaft going down into the earth.
A vertical shaft.
Oh, vertical, yeah.
Vertical shaft into a horizontal tunnel, and then they've got little nests.
We've got a little winds down there, a little raise up over here, and then back out to the surface.
Pretty neat, aren't they?
They are, and they are, I mean, you look at that, come on, that's adorable. Yes, they may be little, but they can also be vicious.
Look, he's got 2 little babies. Oh, it's mummy and 2 babies. Aren't they adorable?
There's some more up here. Not babies, but a little one. There's a big guy.
And there's another one. Oh, they kind of remind me a little bit of guinea pigs.
Yeah.
They're everywhere.
They are both sides of the road here. And this isn't even Prairie Dog Town.
No. So I'm just gonna let the camera roll and let you enjoy the scenery and the sounds of the prairie dogs. Now hopefully we'll see some more buffalo. Now I wonder whether or not the prairie dogs feel safer with the buffalo around, because apart from the fact that the buffalo might trample their holes, the only predator a buffalo has is humans.
Yeah.
Huh. There's another one. You do want to go up and give them a tickle.
Oh, of course. All cute little critters like that, but wildlife needs to remain wild.
That is very true. Oh, so unfortunately, the loop road that we're meant to be taking is closed.
Doesn't that just figure?
So you'd be pretty peeved paying $80 to get in, or $20 per vehicle to get in, only to find out that all the roads are closed.
Yeah.
So we are in the South Unit, and this is meant to be a 40-odd mile loop road touring the south. There are 2 other units. You've got the Elkhorn Unit, which is in, we'll turn right anyway, the scenic loop. The Elkhorn Unit, which is in the centre, and that is where Theodore Roosevelt had his second cabin and ranch. And then you've got the North Unit, which is where the Prairie Dog Town is. So we will do all 3 and see what we can see. Did you know that the Little Missouri Badlands are approximately 100 miles long and average 15 miles in width, and are North Dakota's most noticeable landform? True story.
Wow.
So this is the trail to the Elkhorn Ranch, which was where Theodore Roosevelt built his second ranch in 1884 after the deaths of his mother and his beloved wife,
Yeah.
who died on the same day. Can you believe that?
Yeah, that's-
Within hours apart from each other.
That's so tragic.
On the 14th of February they died, and she had just given birth to a baby daughter called Alice.
Yeah.
And he was so grief-stricken that he sent his baby daughter to live with his sister, and he came over here and he never spoke about his wife again because he was so heartbroken.
Yeah. Am I also right in saying that being out here is what gave him the inspiration to preserve these lands, because he was so sick and tired of the corruptness of the government and
Yeah.
knew he couldn't trust what they were doing?
Yeah, that's what gave him the inspiration to set up the Forestry Service.
Yeah.
And then 3 years after, so when he became president, so he'd had the 8 years of presidency, 3 years after the presidency, the National Park Service was established, which he didn't establish, but it was kind of because he had established the Forest Service.
Right.
It was
Kind of like the precursor to
Yeah.
starting we set the ball in motion, I guess you could kind of say.
and then he died a couple of years later.
What a great man.
He certainly was. Okay.
Also so peaceful. Just listen to the...
Hear the birds singing. Yeah. And the mosquitoes
Yeah,
are out in
that's-
force. Can you imagine though, I mean, it took us quite some time to get here on unpaved roads. Can you imagine what it was like 100 years ago?
Oh yeah.
Well, 120 years ago.
Man,
It was
is
it?
hot.
And the mosquitoes.
Yeah.
I'm doing the Australian wave.
How long is this trail?
It's only about a quarter of a mile.
Okay, finally some big trees and some shade.
It's very humid.
It is.
So temperature today is 90 degrees.
Yeah.
So hot.
It feels like it.
So here we are, treading on history.
Yeah.
So unfortunately the actual wooden cabin that he had is no longer here, but the foundations are. You can see the...
Yeah, see where they placed the stones around
So we are standing
in.
the president's cabin. So he had a veranda, he had a bedroom, a kitchen, and a rubber bath, so he could take baths.
Wow.
True story.
That is pretty neat.
And he spent 3 years here seeking solitude to mend his broken heart.
Yeah.
And it's 40 miles to the Maltese Cross Cabin where we've just come from.
Right.
And he used to horseback ride those 40 miles quite regularly. When it got too hot like it is today, he would do it at night time.
Yeah. But you can see why he chose this location. I mean, I said neither one of us know a whole lot about North Dakota, but I mean, from what we can see here, and in his eyes, this was heaven on earth. I mean,
Well,
this is gorgeous.
He actually said that Dakotas changed his whole life.
Yeah.
That's what made him fall in love with everything.
Oh, I can see it, yeah.
So after 3 years, he went back to New York and started his political career. I think he was a commissioner, police commissioner for a while, and then obviously went into politics. By 1900, he started selling all the property off. By 1900, he owned nothing over here. So the Maltese Cross was under a different name. I don't know what happened to this cabin, and all of his livestock, because he was a cowboy.
Yeah.
All his livestock went.
That is quite sad. I mean, you'd imagine how heartbroken he would be today to see it like this.
Well, if this is his favourite place on earth, I have a theory. And his spirit was still here. Don't they say that spirits see what they used to be? So in his spirit eyes, the cabin would still remain?
Yeah, that's an interesting take. Maybe that is what the ghostly haunts are. It's just after death, you go back to your favorite point in time and relive those days.
And
so
his wife would be here.
his wife
And
his
his daughter.
on his own slice of heaven.
See what else there is around.
All right, so was anything over there?
No, just the boundary line and lots of mosquitoes. So
Yeah.
I think we should go back to Tonto.
I agree.
Next stop.
Bentonite clay? A blue-black popcorn-like soil that caps a plateau 50 feet below this point is bentonite clay? Bentonite clays flow when wet. This bluish-colored layer can be traced miles up and down the river. Let's see what it looks like in person. Wow. Where is it?
Well,
Somewhere down there, 50 feet. So.
yeah, I can't really see. But there is, I mean, there's black lines over, you know, it almost looks like coal.
Yeah.
Layers of coal on top. So unless they mean that, but I wouldn't have said it was popcorn-like. But hey, you know.
Yeah.
Oops, roadblock. Oh, there's a whole herd of them crossing the road. Oops. Aren't they gorgeous?
This is pretty neat.
Oh, look at the babies. There's some babies. Little calves, look.
Here they all come.
Oh, man. They're the little babies. See, I do think they're cute and cuddly. You wouldn't believe the amount of damage they can do to people, though.
Oh, man. Yeah, some of these are huge. Well, see, this one coming up is pretty close. You can kind of get a sense of scale.
Another little baby. And that's another young'un. I wonder if that's last year's baby. And then the light brown ones are this year's, obviously. What I would have thought. Not that I'm an expert on buffalo.
No.
There's another baby.
Yeah, a bunch of them. Oh, I'm gonna scrap. And there goes the last one. The rest are going around behind us. That's pretty neat.
Bye-bye, buffalo.
We've reached the end of the northern part of the park. Look at that beautiful river down there.
It's fantastic, isn't it?
It is.
And I can still hear the mosquitoes there.
Yeah, mosquitoes are buzzing. These little gnats are buzzing.
They say it looks like popcorn. I guess I can kind of see what they're talking about. But I think that's the black rock that they mean. I don't know.
Kind of looks like asphalt.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, because there's some more, like you said, the rings in the distance there in the rock. And it's bizarre because there's so much oil that
yeah.
we found, you know, driving through. It's like the farmland, and there's just oil derricks everywhere. So,
And it also makes you wonder how much of the park, like the hills and everything, have been explored, and what Native American artifacts are still to be discovered down there.
yeah. Because, you know, this had to have been a sacred place for the natives.
Or
Just
was
because
it?
of its difference.
But also, I mean, that's how it got its name, Badlands, though. Because
That's true,
it was
but-
translated, and I can't remember. I'll have to look that one up.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
But it makes you wonder also if they did that to try to keep the white men out. Oh, it's Badlands. You need to stay away from there.
Possibly, yeah. I mean, you've got a point there.
Where are we walking to now?
We're going to see the prairie dogs in the Prairie Dog Town.
They built themselves a whole town out here?
Yeah, it's a whole city.
No way.
Now, I must say, we do thoroughly recommend coming to this park, but word of warning, cover yourself in insect repellent. We haven't got any, and we are getting eaten alive by mosquitoes. True story.
Yeah. So this Theodore Roosevelt National Park, this is one of those where it doesn't seem like it gets a lot of visitors, which is a bonus because, I mean, you can just take in the scenery, take your time, and it's quiet. It's not jam-packed like some of those others. It seems like, you know, it's just follow the leader to the next pull-off, kind of like Grand Canyon ends up being sometimes, which is a shame because you kind of feel rushed. Whereas here, this is more laid back, easy to get to, easy to access. You know, it makes it that much more enjoyable in our opinion.
Relaxing. It's more relaxing.
Yeah, which it should be when you come to a national park. You slow down, you enjoy the scenery of nature and some of the best lands in America.
And the animals.
And the animals, yeah. Some very unique formations. We've got an up-close look at some. You know, we've been seeing them from a distance. It's very reminiscent of like what you see around the hot springs and things.
It is. And it kind of reminds me in some ways of a little bit of Yellowstone, where they've got those mud springs and...
Yeah. But just listen.
So you've got the cactus in bloom, these little orange flowers, which remind me of potentilla, and then you've got a sunflower, a wild sunflower.
Look at that.
Isn't that lovely?
Here we go. There's an up close of one of the cactus in bloom.
Gorgeous.
That is beautiful.
So we're here at the end of June.
Last week of June, yeah.
Last week of June. You won't see this until about September time, maybe even later.
Yeah, September, October, November, possibly.
December, January,
Yeah.
no.
Maybe next June.
Oh wow, look at the cave. Should we check it out quick?
Oh, that makes like the perfect mud hut. That is cool.
Well, it kind of makes you wonder whether or not the natives did live in these caves. We've seen quite a lot of them.
Yeah, I mean, they would seem to be, I don't know how structurally sound they are. And look at it's really bizarre. Is there a safe way over there?
Well, yeah, you wouldn't want to do it if the mud was slick.
Yeah, I'll say it is a kind of a weird, a little bit spongy material.
Oh, and look, this is like the asphalt that we keep seeing, the black. Now, I wonder if this is anything to do with the oil that's underneath the earth.
Maybe.
Okay, I wouldn't have said they would have lived in something like that.
No. I mean, look at the... Because imagine in heavy rains, this would be water flowing crazy through here, so...
I keep on getting insects in my face. What way left?
Up this little
This
ravine
one?
here. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I see it.
Walking along the trail, as you can see, there's some buffalo hanging around out there. Hopefully they don't mind too terribly if we just squeeze on past.
Keeping our distance.
Keeping a good distance.
Okay, that one.
Came out of nowhere. That
So
was
let's
a bit.
just walk backwards a bit. And let
Give
him
them a
move
wide
off.
berth. Figure out what they want to do.
Because there must be some sort of mud. He was rolling in mud.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering whether or not there might even be some more in there. So
Right,
now,
so those ones aren't too worried about us. It's just this guy. See if
this
he,
is too close. The trail is too close to him for us to pass.
Mhm.
So
You can see he's just a few feet off the trail that we need to walk through. We moved back a little ways further. He has moved off the trail more, but he is keeping a very close eye on us. So don't want to antagonize.
and the thing is, they can move really, really quickly, and we wouldn't stand a chance.
No, we'd be toast. Day 5, and the standoff continues.
See, this one here is keeping an eye on us as well.
Yeah.
My heart's pounding. We got past the buffalo in one piece.
Yeah. But they were eyeing us the whole time. So
And-
one took one step and it's kind of like, oh no.
And
But-
also, we were there for a good 20 minutes, 25 minutes to wait for them to...
To finally lay down, and then as soon as we took a step, the one stood up and it's like, oh no.
Our hearts were pounding. Yeah. The thing is, we've got to come back this way.
Yeah. So maybe they'll have moved on. All right, we're on the outskirts.
Of Prairie Town.
And you
Prairie
see
Dog Town, I should say.
Prairie Dog.
Now, these little critters, as cute and cuddly as they do bite. They are wild, so we don't want to get too close to them.
Right.
And obviously, don't feed them.
Yeah.
They're adorable, aren't they?
They are, and they're a decent size. I mean, it's like a bit larger than like a regular ground squirrel.
They still remind me of guinea pigs.
They do. And then we've got another one over there.
Hopefully this will come out.
I said, do you think he'll move if we walk past?
I'm just going to stand here. He looks like a statue. Oh, there he goes.
garden is home. Just be mighty quiet passing by.
I just love their squeaks. I do think they look like guinea pigs with tails.
Yeah. Just eating some grass.
And chilling out. Oh, look.
These two.
You could just watch them for hours, couldn't you? Well, I could.
And then just listening to them chirp to each other. How adorable.
Oh my gosh, look at him.
It's like, hello.
Like, this is my home.
Oh. Oh, oh.
Like, keep walking, keep walking.
Oh, it's because they were looking after each
Yeah.
other. Oh. Like you said, we could learn a lot from prairie dogs.
Yep.
Look after each other.
Yep.
Be nice. That's the thing about ants, they work together as well.
Yep.
So here we are at the Cannonball.
These are pretty unique. I mean, just the spherical shape of them. Some of them look like just globules of.
And these were all made underground.
Yeah, and now they're slowly being eroded out.
They look like they come from another planet.
They do. I mean-
Almost like dinosaur eggs.
Yeah, really neat.
Nature is a truly wonderful thing. You can see where some of them are like hiding underneath, ready to be exposed. They look really alien, don't they, these cannonballs?
Yeah, so there's a whole bunch underneath this layer that they say once it weathers away enough, they'll be out in the daylight.
Yeah, unfortunately people have been stealing the meat, eh?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, fun pick.
And this one too?
Fun pick.